exclusive station for St. Ambrose University sports.
Day games, night games, road games, and home games. The Queen Bees have played them all, but no game has been as big as tonight's game between the St. Ambrose Queen Bees and the Iowa Wesleyan Tigers here at Lee Lohman Arena. And during the regular season, Steve, these teams came away with 1-1 split. What is going to be the results here tonight?
Well, for St. Ambrose, it's going to depend a lot on how they shoot the ball. In that first game against Iowa Wesleyan, at Iowa Wesleyan, they had a terrible shooting game. Both Casey Breitbach and Whitney Rumbold were both 0 for 9 from the field. So it's going to depend if they can make the basket tonight.
It all comes down to shooting, and you want to stay tuned to see all the action here on TV 11.
Regular programming will not be seen, so that we may bring you the following live TV 11 sports exclusive.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Queen Bee Basketball on TV 11. And while the NCAA tournament is weeks away, tonight March Madness has descended upon us here at Lee Lohman Arena as our Fighting Queen Bees of St. Ambrose take on the Iowa Wesleyan Tigers for the Midwest Collegiate Conference Championship. These two teams have battled through other teams to get here. As you see the tournament bracket there, St. Ambrose beat off Ashford in a game where they ran Ashford right out of the building. In the game against Waldorf, the hot shooting returned for the Queen Bees as they were able to secure a win early on in that one. And you see the Iowa Wesleyan Tigers have rolled over all opposition. Even tough Grandview was unable to give them a game as Grandview was able to beat the Queen Bees in the season finale. Tonight, though, these two teams have had a split during the regular season, and tonight's game, who is going to be the Queen Bee to shine the brightest tonight, Steve?
When you look at what St. Ambrose has done throughout the year, you can look at everyone on their team. Jenny Clark's really been their main player. You got to think she'll probably come away with some hardware, possibly Conference Player of the Year. She's first in points per game in the conference at 16 per game, first in assists at 6 per game, first in steals at 3 per game, and it doesn't hurt that she's third in the conference in three-point shooting at 40%. Then you have Allie Dolphin, who will probably come away with MCC Newcomer of the Year. She's third in conference, 15 points per game, 8th in rebounds at 7 per game, 7th in assists at 4 per game, and 2nd in steals at 3 per game, and really has been the calming force in games when both Jenny Clark and Casey Breitbach have been a little off. And Casey Breitbach could be another big player. She's a streaky shooter. We've seen that when her three-point shot is off, the rest of the team has to pick it up, or when her three-point shot is on, she can carry the entire team. And, you know, maybe today there'll be another player that steps up that we really haven't been seeing as much from this year, whether it be Whitney Rumbold or Dara Widup or maybe even Mary Burmeister, one of their players that could just really step up and have a huge game today.
All right, we're going to throw it over to the PA for the national anthem and starting lineups right now.
Please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem by 1983 St. Ambrose graduate, Mr. Jeff Martin. Welcome to Midwest Collegiate Conference basketball at its finest and tonight's championship game between the 20-8 Iowa Wesleyan Tigers and your 27-5 St. Ambrose University Queen Bees. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for the Iowa Wesleyan Tigers. At one guard, a 5'7" senior from Webster City, Iowa, number 10, Kaylee Epps. At the other guards, a 5'7" sophomore from Bellevue, Iowa, number 20, Allie DeVries. At the other guards, a 5'7" junior from Des Moines, Iowa, number 34, Rachel Mitchell. At a four is a 5'11" senior from Burnside, Illinois, number 33, Brooke Newton. And in the middle is a 6'1" junior from Kelly, Iowa, number 30, Brittany Auckland. The Tigers are coached by Mr. Steve Williamson. All right, Ambrose fans, Queen Bee fans, on your feet, loud and proud. Here's the starting lineups for your St. Ambrose University Queen Bees. At one guard, a 5'6" freshman from Stark County High School in Wyoming, Illinois, number 3, Whitney Rumbold. At the other guards, a 5'6" sophomore from Cambridge High School in Cambridge, Illinois, number 12, Jenny Clark. At 1-4 is a 5'7" freshman from Marshalltown, Iowa, and Marshalltown High School, number 22, Allie Dolphin. At the other four is a 6'1" freshman from Midland High School in Lost Nation, Iowa, number 24, Mary Burmeister. And in the middle for the Queen Bees, a 6'2" junior from Rock Ridge High School in Milan, Illinois, number 40, Dara Woodop. The Queen Bees are coached in this first season by Mr. Nathan Altenhofen.
All right, and we're back on the call. I'm Chris Steele alongside Steve Campbell, and the last time these two teams met, as Steve mentioned, a determining factor was Casey Breitbach. In the second game, she came away with 15 points, all threes that were huge in the second half, and really Casey in the first game was 0 of 9 from the field, and she just kept trying to force that three-pointer up, and it just wouldn't go for her in that one. And it's also worth mentioning before we get the start here that the Iowa Wesleyan crowd is much bigger than the St. Ambrose crowd, as they brought a student section along for the ride.
It's tough for St. Ambrose to have a student section when everyone's on spring break.
Exactly. St. Ambrose controls right out of the break. Allie Dolphin kicks it off. Now it's Whitney Rumble, top of the key. Jenny Clark back to Dolphin now. Dolphin driving inside. Ends up having to give it off. Now Rumble, way outside. Back underneath Jenny Clark. She tries to drop it off for Dolphin, and it's taken away on that one by Brooke Newton. Rachel Mitchell gets it down underneath. Kick out to number 10, Kylie Epps, and Epps has the ball taken away from her by Mary Breitbach. Great takeaway by Breitbach.
Mary Burmeister did a nice job of saving that one in as well.
And now the kick of the ball around. Ambrose gets it off to Burmeister. To Dolphin at the top of the key. Jenny Clark loses it for a moment, but finds immediate shot from Dolphin, no good, and it's going to be going back the other way. Dara Widdop just couldn't save it on the end line. Iowa Wesleyan's fans getting uproarious already as you see it on the replay. Right there.
Dara Widdop just couldn't save it, went off her fingertips. She had many shots at it, just couldn't grab it.
Down underneath now. Brooke Newton has to get it back outside. Rachel Mitchell looking for somewhere to go. She loses the handle there for a moment, but manages to get it off. Now Mitchell kicking it off. It's Allie DeVries. She's a big player for Iowa Wesleyan. Kicks it back to Kylie Epps. Epps' shot is off the mark, but Iowa Wesleyan takes the shot clock the entire way down, but still manages to get the basketball back.
St. Ambrose didn't have anyone on the outside. They were all collapsed inside. It was just a nice, easy offensive rebound for Iowa Wesleyan.
Newton drops it off for Brittany Oakland. Nothing there. Put back goes for Brooke Newton. And the bigs for Iowa Wesleyan already making their presence felt.
Dara Widdop got her once, but couldn't get her the second time.
Rumbold trapped in the far side corner. Breitbach, or more like Burmeister, to take that shot. It wouldn't go. Now Rachel Mitchell back quickly. kicking it back outside. Epps, and that shot won't go. Rebound for Newton. Newton loses it in a crowd, and it's saved there by Widup. Great job by Dara. Back up ahead, Allie Dolphin trying to force things, kick out. Widup knocks it down, and we're all tied at 2.
It's a big play, kind of quiets down the Iowa Wesleyan fans as well as gets St. Ambrose tied up. Just going to be see if St. Ambrose can get some defensive rebounds here. That's the only reason Iowa Wesleyan seems to be controlling this game so far is because they've been getting offensive rebounds, have numerous shots at the basket.
Down underneath, Brittany Oakland is fouled, it looks like. Or more like an offensive foul.
It's a travel violation. She hit Dara Widup. Not too much of a foul there, and she just kind of moved her feet.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, as we see on the replay. Never really looked like she had clear possession of that ball. Rumble gets it off to Jenny Clark, and Clark throws it into a crowd. The scramble that ensues, and that's going to be a tie-up. Direction arrow is pointed to Iowa Wesleyan. So it looks like Iowa Wesleyan already gets a little bit of a momentum going after. Ambrose comes right back and ties things up.
SAU just seems to be pressing a little bit too much on offense instead of just taking what they're used to, getting a wide open shot. They're kind of going inside and not really having any shots there, but still taking it.
Dangerous shots down low as the passes just never seem to get to their intended target, and that's Kaylee Epps driving inside and dropping in 2. She gives Iowa Wesleyan the lead right back. Rumbled off to Dolphin now. Jenny Clark thought about a 3, but decides not to take it. Now she'll take that 3, and it's just a little short. Rachel Mitchell with a good rebound. Coming back quickly. Off to DeVries. Her wild shot is brought back by Whitney Rumble. DeVries immediately trying to make a good play there. Ends up drawing the foul on her. It's going to be her first, and Iowa Wesleyan's first.
It's good defense there by Jenny Clark. She never touched her, just kind of made DeVries feel like there was some pressure behind her, and then she ducked in right underneath her. And then DeVries maybe a little bit upset that she missed that layup. Just kind of reached in there and grabbed the arm of Rumbold.
Absolutely right. It did seem like an aggressive play from her. Casey Breitbach now in the game. This is a 3 by Whitney Rumbold. It just won't stay down. Rachel Mitchell bringing it back quickly again. She tries to throw it off, but Amy Fulfs is right there to be in the passing lane and deflect that one out of bounds.
The defense for St. Ambrose is pretty good so far as it's been for last few games, but their offense just needs to get going. They've had some good looking shots, just unable to hit.
Epps driving inside, gets it back to Mitchell. Great defense by Amy Fulfs all over her, but she manages to go inside, and Burmeister swats that one away.
Huge block for Burmeister, just getting it when it's right in the air. No foul on that one.
There's Whitney Rumble to Burmeister. Burmeister's got things going.
As the St. Ambrose we know, good passes around the key. Is finding a wide open shot.
Bringing it back quickly as well, and DeVries gets right in there. And it looks like that ball's going to go out of bounds and stay in Iowa Wesleyan hands.
Almost looks like that ball might have just gone right off the hands of an Iowa Wesleyan player, but they saw it as St. Ambrose tipped it out.
All tied up at 4 points right now. Iowa Wesleyan looks to take back the advantage. DeVries for 3, knocks it down from the far side.
Allie DeVries, #1 3-point shooter in conference play, 45%.
Oh, and Adam Parrott just gets leveled there. DeVries, or more like Brooke Newton, just goes flying into the crowd. I bet Adam Parrott didn't have that in mind when he came to the game tonight.
Well, you know, Iowa Wesleyan might have it out for him. If you remember, his shot at the end of the men's first round game was against Iowa Wesleyan.
Bit of a grudge.
Might be a little bit of one. They might have gotten their shot in. I'm sure the guys on the men's Iowa Wesleyan team might be a little happy with that.
All right. Jenny Clark manages to get open for a 3. There looked to be a bit of a swat there by DeVries, but no call. Coming back, Iowa Wesleyan working it around. Epps looked to have an open shot. She drives inside, gets a better shot, but Soboski there on the defensive rebound. Iowa Wesleyan fans really letting Jenny Clark know about the air ball there. Breitbach kicks to Fulfs for 3, and that won't go.
Shot's just a little short, but Jenny Clark really seemed like she did get fouled on that one. From our view, at least, looked like she got hit right on the elbow.
would explain why the shot came up so well short, as the inside move by Brooke Newton draws the travel call. Just like that, Iowa Wesleyan has a 3-point lead, and Ambrose looks to be forcing things here early on. Looks to be a little bit out of their game.
They've had some good shots, just unable to make them. A few they have forced, but most of them have been kind of wide open, the shots that they usually take and make.
Allie Dolphin one-on-one for the moment with Epps. Can't get that shot to go. It's end up being rebounded by Jenny Mitchell. Rachel Mitchell now racing back the other way. Can't get the layup to go, but Jenny Mitchell saves it. Epps for 3, that won't go, but it's rebounded by Iowa Wesleyan's Jenny Mitchell.
St. Ambrose needs to get in possession, box out a little bit, get those defensive boards.
Epps down inside to Brittany Oakland, and there's a foul. That's coming against, looks to be against Breitbach down underneath. Ambrose really mixing up their lineups a lot here, as you see. Dara Widdop coming into the game and Breitbach sitting down.
Coach Nate probably just looking for a little spark from someone. 4 points for the first 6+ minutes, not what St. Ambrose is used to seeing.
They're coming out a little flat in this one, almost reminiscent of some of the men's games this year. Rachel Mitchell gets it to Jenny Mitchell, kicked back outside. DeVries, 3 is good again. And Allie DeVries making her presence felt here already in this one. St. Ambrose down 6. Soboski, that 2 up and good from the lane.
It's going to be important for St. Ambrose to answer back. They need to get some stops and then get some baskets. It's the only way they're going to get themselves in position to win this game.
DeVries for 3 again. That one looked to be tipped. Brittany Oakland was able to get the ball, and Iowa Wesleyan works it back around. Down underneath. That one looks to be going against Whitney Rumble.
Just got it with the reach. See right there. Trying to do things, and she actually just got her a little bit with the body.
Mitchell on the inbound, immediately looking for DeVries, and there's a travel call on Allie DeVries.
Good defense there by Jenny Clark. She didn't hit her enough for it to be a foul, but she just gave her enough contact that kind of threw her off a little bit and forced her to move her feet.
Really lost her balance completely there, and the collision right at the ball. They're going to side with both defender and offense. Jenny has as much right to that ball as Allie does. So right now, St. Ambrose down 4 here. And Allie Dolphin kicking to Jenny Clark. That shot is short. And there's going to be an offensive foul down underneath.
Underneath on Dara Widdop. I didn't really see anything that she did that would have been a foul. She was just trying to make a good box out move, and they got her, looks like, for a push.
3 fouls already going against St. Ambrose, just 1 for Iowa Wesleyan. Kick out DeVries, and she had it for a moment. Now it's Jenny Mitchell. Back to DeVries in the corner. Back to Jenny Mitchell, and it's taken away there by Jenny Clark. Clark has it. Looking to get it off somewhere. Brittany Wilson in her face the entire time. Whitney Rumble is now going to try her luck down in the lane. Good drop for Widdop is up and good.
Dara Widdop comes in 4th in the conference in assists per game at 4. And a good pass there.
It's going to be away from the ball. Call of some kind. It's right now.
I'm not really sure what they called. It wasn't a foul.
No foul went off.
So you couldn't really tell unless it was a little stop it, unless the clock didn't restart or something.
Could have been a warning against Coach Steve Williamson there. As Rachel Mitchell looking for somewhere to go, she stopped her dribble, but now Iowa Wesleyan doing a good job. Brittany Oakland, and she's down underneath. She has a travel called against her.
Good call by the referees. I think the Iowa Wesleyan fans were looking for a foul, but she definitely picked up her pivot foot and spun around. Definitely something that you can't do. You gotta make sure you keep your foot planted. If you're gonna take a shot, it better be before you have 4 players around you.
And that's gonna sit down Oakland for the moment anyway. And Brittany Oakland was a big factor in that first game, having a lot of low post points.
She had 18 points in that game, and most of them were all down low.
Driving inside is Allie Dolphin. She looked to leave it for Widup, and there she draws the foul, and that's going to go against Brittany Wilson, her first. Only 2 fouls against Iowa Wesleyan, and there's that quick hitter for Mary Burmeister.
Gets things all tied up. St. Ambrose has some momentum now, kind of taking it away from Iowa Wesleyan.
Wilson drops it off for Mitchell. Rachel Mitchell back to Wilson now. Wilson all the way across court for DeVries. She's dangerous, but she hands it back off to Mitchell. Now back, DeVries driving inside, and that was a very late whistle on that one.
Mary Burmeister got her on the arm as she went to take that jump shot. She went for the swat, but kind of came from behind, and that usually does result in a foul. She kind of came from the side there and just kind of swiped her right across the arm.
First one up and good, and Iowa Wesleyan takes the lead right back. Allie DeVries, an 88% free throw shooter.
It's first in the conference.
Second one up and good. Has some backcourt pressure here, and all over is Mitchell. Whitney is a tremendous ball handler, as she shows right there, behind the back dribble and everything. Coach Steve Williamson calling for a travel along with the fans right there. This is taken away by Rachel Mitchell. Jenny Clark, the only one who's got a shot at her. Enough to make her miss, and Allie Dolphin comes away with the defensive rebound, throwing some elbows down in there. She needed to create a little bit of traffic. And a walk by Widup. Back on the offensive end for St. Ambrose.
That was something St. Ambrose didn't need. They had a 5-on-3. They definitely should have been able to get it in for a layup with 2 extra players. But instead they just dished it out they were trying to get a jump shot, but St. Ambrose needs to try and get easy layups inside instead of taking jump shots.
Newton kicking it back outside. Now driving inside is Wilson. Long pass, DeVries for 3. That's way off the mark. It hit the basket and went out of play as it hit the overhang there.
Casey Breitbach checks in, replacing Dara Widup.
St. Ambrose goes to more of a shooting lineup for them.
See Sister Joan here.
Yeah. It's a big game, draws all kinds of fans.
Just not too many students when they're on spring break.
No, definitely not. As the Iowa Wesleyan fans all over Jenny Clark, and she does another air ball there. And on the way out of bounds, Burmeister unable to save it on the end line, and Iowa Wesleyan will take over. Iowa Wesleyan with only a 2-point lead here, but you wouldn't know that. Student section right behind us for them. Wilson gets it off down underneath. That drive no good by Lucy Lukin. Lukin basically threw it out of bounds, but it went off of one of St. Ambrose players, partially blocked there.
Amy Fultz checks in, replacing Clark, and I think it's a good sit down for Clark. She kind of seems to be forcing things.
Brittany Wilson with that opportunity misses, and Ambrose able to rebound. Coming back. Kick out. Breitbach driving inside, loses the ball down underneath, and it's taken away by Lukin there. Coming back is Brittany Wilson. Wilson with a tough handle for Mitchell. Back to Wilson. DeVries over in the corner. Back up top for Wilson. Now Lukin partially blocked there by Rumble, driving inside DeVries, and she goes head-to-head with Mary Burmeister, and they're going to call the foul on Mary Burmeister.
Didn't look like too much of a foul there. Going for the ball, might have got a little bit of the hand. We'll check out the replay right here. Almost lost the ball, but it really didn't look like too much on Burmeister on that play.
First free throw up and good. So we already said, Allie DeVries, tremendous free throw shooter. Just continues to drop in shots against St. Ambrose at the stripe right now.
See Coach Nate talking to the referee. He might be in for a timeout here soon. At least if his team continues to shoot the way they are.
Right now, Ambrose down by 4 points at 14-10. Breitbach gets the ball at the top of the key. Shot for 3. That is no good. Dolphin battling for the rebound, but it's DeVries who comes away with it. Pushing ahead. DeVries gets it back. Allie DeVries Back over to Rachel Mitchell. She drives inside, drop for Brooke Newton. Newton's shot is up and good, and it's a 6-point Iowa Wesleyan lead right now. A lot of backcourt pressure as Iowa Wesleyan really working on St. Ambrose. Whitney Rumble gets it past the half-court line. She finds Amy Fulfs there. Now Allie Dolphin looking to drive inside. Rachel Mitchell swatted it away, and that's going to be a tie-up ball. It'll stay with St. Ambrose.
Iowa Wesleyan has very quick hands. They get their hands into the dribbling lane and really do a nice job of getting the ball and not getting a piece of the body. It's easy to draw a foul when you're reaching and trying to poke the ball away, but they do a nice job of getting their hands on just the ball and poking it away, and oftentimes causing turnovers or jump ball situations.
Jenny Clark and Callie Soboski come back in the game for the Queen Bees. Jenny Clark gets the ball immediately, gives it up. Shot clock just at 5 right now as right box 3, way short. Soboski tried to save it. She steps on the end line. It'll go back to the Iowa Wesleyan Tigers.
That time, I'm pretty sure Breitbach heard the Iowa Wesleyan crowd. They were counting down the shot clock a lot faster than they needed to.
About 3 seconds quicker.
And I'm pretty sure Breitbach heard them and put up kind of a desperation shot, even though she still had about 5 seconds to go.
That'll earn her a spot on the bench right now. Amy Fulfs in the game. Shot from Mitchell. Planks off the back of the iron, but
another offensive rebound for Iowa Wesleyan.
They seem to get them all right now. Brittany Wilson came away with that one. And right now, driving around is Rachel. Kicking it off to Epps. Down underneath. Shot no good from Lutkin. That's going to be Epps losing that ball. The scramble that ensues, and the referee, who is right there, can't even make the call. It's going to go back to the St. Ambrose Queen Bees.
Coach Nate needs a timeout on it. It's a wise move by him. I'm surprised it took him over 12 minutes to get a timeout called. St. Ambrose only 10 points so far through the first 12 plus minutes. Not what we're used to seeing from them. We're used to seeing them try and push the ball quite a bit. So far it's been a lot of play in the half court. And Iowa Wesleyan, who's usually the team who usually tries to set things up in the half court, they're running it quite a bit. And I think they're causing St. Ambrose just to be a little bit off balance.
They're really throwing everything at St. Ambrose. We've seen the backcourt trap a couple times. We've also seen them shoot the 3 very well. DeVries just knocked down 2 already. And really, just a 6-point lead right now. Ambrose is almost got to be glad that it's just 6 points, as stagnant as the shooting has been for them so far.
The defense has been good, but their offense so far not good, to say it nicely.
Amy Fulfs with the ball now. She's a great 3-point shooter. She gets it off to Dolphin. Allie Dolphin to Amy Fulfs, and Fulfs' shot looked to be partially blocked. There's Widdop down underneath. Her shot goes up and good, but there looked to be, is that going to be a 3-second call down there?
No, it was a traveling violation. She took the ball, tried to go up for a shot, and came right back down. No foul was called, and she didn't get the shot up in the air. So up and down.
Wilson. Now Epps with the ball. Back outside. Mitchell dribbles the entire length of the floor. Wilson had it for a moment. Back to Mitchell then. Mitchell doing a good job of setting everything up for her team right now. Manages to get it to Lutkin. And the shot clock did run out way before that shot went up. But they look to call a foul, though.
It was an offensive foul. So it will be St. Ambrose basketball no matter what. They're just trying to decide, was it a charge before the shot clock, or did the shot clock go first? And they're going to call it the charge, and that'll go against Rachel Mitchell. And that'll be her first and the third on Iowa Wesleyan.
Rachel Mitchell patting the top of her head to indicate that the shot clock ran out ahead of time. As you see a little bit of doubt starting to grow on the St. Ambrose bench right now. Just under 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. St. Ambrose down 6. Amy Fulfs bringing it up for the Queen Bees. Fulfs off to Clark, to Dolphin, to Breitbach. Now back to Clark Inside, Allie Dolphin, bit of a drive, won't go, and the loose ball goes into the hands of Brittany Wilson.
It's kind of a forced shot. It's a shot we've seen Allie Dolphin take a lot, but not in that much traffic, and she was a little further away from the basket than she usually is when she takes that shot.
Epps trying to leave it down underneath. It's taken away by Dolphin there. Jenny Clark up ahead, wild shot, won't go. Wood up there for the rebound, and it looks like that one is going to go against Iowa Wesleyan. Question is, who's it going to go against? And it is going to go against number 33, Brooke Newton.
Clark did a nice job of avoiding the charge, as Mitchell was definitely set, but her shot was just a little bit off, and I'm actually surprised they didn't get Dara Widdop with a little over the back call on that one.
Widdop, fouled in the act of shooting, is going to shoot two, but she misses that first one. Dara on the year, not the best of free throw shooters, at about 53%. Off the front of the iron, Allie Dolphin there for the immediate follow, but it's going to be a tie-up ball after Dolphin's shot won't go. Widdop was in there, but this will go to Iowa Wesleyan on the tie-up.
Seems like the things that we're used to seeing Allie Dolphin be able to do, get the offensive rebound, put it up with either the right hand or the left hand, just not being able to do it in this game. And yeah, I think maybe the student section of Iowa Wesleyan's kind of getting into the heads of the Queen Bee players.
They are on the offensive side with the student section as that ball gets thrown away. Looking for Rachel Mitchell there. Long throw out of bounds for Brooke Newton.
It's always dangerous when you try a cross-court pass. Usually it's either going to get picked off or it's going to go a little bit too strong over the head of the player, and that's exactly what happened on that pass.
That shot looked to be headed to the locker room a little prematurely there. Yeah, there was a bit of a shot clock problem, but at least we're not having too much trouble with the shot clock today, as we did in the last game with the Queen Bees.
At least it's working this time.
That's absolutely true. Allie Dolphin with the ball right now. She gives it off for Breitbach. Open three. Will it go? Yes, it manages to rattle home.
About time SAU finally got a three-point shot to get near the hoop. They've airballed a few, had a few blocked. About time they got one to drop, even though that one barely did. The rim was trying to do everything it could to keep it out of there.
Right now, Ambrose just down three. Under 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Brooke Newton driving. She ends up giving it off to Epps. Now Brittany Oakland making her drive inside, taken away by Allie Dolphin. Dolphin trying to get it up ahead. That's taken away by Epps there. Epps looks to see if she has numbers. Looking around, tries to get it down underneath the Oakland. Oakland shot up and no good. Widdop able to get it there over top of Brooke Newton.
That's what having 3 extra inches will do for you.
Kick off. Allie Dolphin drives baseline. Shot up, no good off of the iron. Steve raises his hands in disbelief right now. Rachel Mitchell racing back the other way. Breitbach ends up taking it away from her there as she just lost the dribble.
I thought that shot by Allie Dolphin, it looked like she got hit on the arm.
Whitney Rumbold with the ball right now. Really holding everything up. Gives it off to Allie Dolphin. Dolphin back, open three. Oh, just comes off for Whitney Rumbold, and Epps is there for the defensive rebound. The three ball not working here so far for the Queen Bees. Kaylee Epps drops it off. DeVries with the ball. Back to Epps. DeVries is open in the corner, but it's going to be taken away or at least tied up down underneath of there. Good job by Brooke Newton to get back on top of that one, and it's going to go to St. Ambrose on the tie-up.
St. Ambrose is doing a really nice job in this game on defense, being able to deflect some passes, but like I've mentioned a few times, their offense is just anemic so far, as Coach Nathan Altenhofen will take a 30-second timeout. Probably just needs to draw up a play, get his offense flowing, get a wide open shot, be able to get something going. Down only 3, like you mentioned a little bit before, they got to be lucky to be as close as they are, and Steve Williamson is giving the refs a little bit of an earful so far in this game.
He was really all over the referees in the last game, Iowa Wesleyan.
I believe he got a technical in the last game, or at least he was warned quite a few times.
He's very animated. We're right next to him. We're right next to all the Iowa Wesleyan fans. It's easy to catch some of their chants in our headsets, no matter how thick they are. And so Right now, St. Ambrose down 3. Just about 4 minutes left here in the first half. Getting it off, Jenny Clark. Allie Dolphin, top of the key, looks everything over. And it's going to be an offensive foul against St. Ambrose. It's going to go against Dara Widup. And I really thought coming into this game that Dara Widup would be the determining factor of this one. She's already got 2 fouls right now, and she hasn't been the offensive presence on the boards that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, it's just been a little tough, but Iowa Wesleyan does such a nice job of clogging the lane when there is a shot up. So if it goes a little bit off, they're usually right there, and they do a nice job of boxing out as well. So it's tough for St. Ambrose to get in there and get those offensive rebounds.
Down underneath, Brooke Newton can't get that first shot to go, gets her own rebound. Another wild shot. This is rebounded by Breitbach. She gets it up ahead. Whitney Rumbold makes a move, and it leaves Allie DeVries on the floor. Shot for 3, will not go.
So those wide open shots aren't falling for St. Ambrose. I'm not sure if it's a little feeling of kind of some nerves in this game or if it's just a little bad luck on the shot.
Little conference championship anxiety out there. Allie DeVries really hasn't had it. She's looked good throughout this entire game. Dropping it down underneath, trying to get it into Brittany Oakland, but it's going to go out of play off of St. Ambrose. Iowa Wesleyan will stay in control of this one.
7 seconds left on the shot clock, so Iowa Wesleyan doesn't need something too quick, but it needs to be kind of a little bit on the quicker side. They'll need to do a little quick hitter, but they can't take the ball back out and let things reset.
Kaylee Epps takes an immediate 3. This one rims out, and Breitbach there again for the defensive board. Allie Dolphin kicks out. Now down underneath, the Dolphin again from Jenny Clark, and there's going to be a foul. And that's going to go against number 30, Brittany Oakland. So Oakland in a bit of foul trouble. Well, that's just her first, but the bigs for Iowa Wesleyan have each gotten a foul here so far. Quick hitter to Sabaski. And there's going to be a foul, and this is going to go against DeVries.
It's about time they called a foul on one of those shots. SAU's been trying to get those kind of mid-range jumpers for most of the game, and I thought Allie Dolphin should have had one a little while ago.
It's actually against Rachel Mitchell coming over the back of Sabaski there, so we saw clearly on the replay.
Not sure what Coach Steve Williamson is upset about. Clearly a foul. She got hit on the hand from the front and on the arm from the back, and I think Coach Williamson might have been given a little bit of a warning there. They pointed at him.
Sabaski's first shot up and good. She follows it with another second make. And so St. Ambrose only down 1 point here, under 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Rachel Mitchell stopped her dribble there. Now DeVries working the inside, drives the lane, and manages to get it to go.
Circus shot there. Most people wouldn't have been able to even get that one near the basket, much less get the roll and sink it through.
Whitney Rumble pushes hard to drive the lane, and there's going to be a foul down underneath. That's going to go against Brooke Newton down there.
Let's check the replay here.
That's going to be Newton's second in this one.
And yeah, I think it was a good call. Rumble was going up for the rebound, and Newton got her on the arm, kind of pulled her arm down a little bit, made it a little bit tough to grab that rebound.
Whitney.
And Whitney also had good positioning there on that rebound.
Can't make the first one, and free throw shooting has been a problem here, along with everything else in the first half for St. Ambrose. Rachel Mitchell drives baseline, kick out to Epps. Down underneath Newton, and she travels. That's got to be just about her second or third travel down underneath.
Has been quite a bit so far, but it's something that is pretty common in the college game. You try and make that little fake move, and you often get called for a travel. And if you watch the pros, they do it all the time. They never call a travel there, but in the college game, it's important to teach it. They got to put the ball on the floor when you take a step.
Sabaski out right now. Mary Burmeister in. Allie Dolphin looked to have it poked away from her. And they're going to call Allie DeVries for a little bit of a grab there.
Not sure how much of a foul that was. It seems like they've been letting some of those go so far in this game. But the referee had a nice look at it. It was kind of from the opposite side of us. and they definitely had a better look at it than we did, and the free throws still being a problem.
Allie Dolphin, a reasonably good free throw shooter, misses that one, and DeVries comes back on the Iowa Wesleyan side. DeVries driving now, gives it off to Epps. Epps back to DeVries, looking for somewhere to go, finds Epps. Epps looks over a three, and that one will not go. Jenny Clark grabs it, and she ends up coming up with it.
Smart move pulling it out. If she was going to take it, it would have been a 1-on-4.
The crowd all over Jenny Clark all night here. Breitbach gets it off to Burmeister, and Mary Burmeister's really feeling the shot from the mid-range right now.
She's so proficient from that elbow shot. It's good to see her get it working here. It's been one of the few bright spots so far for St. Ambrose in this game.
Ambrose down by 1 right now. DeVries with the ball in her hand. She drives inside. Great pro hop. Can't get it to go. And Allie Dolphin comes away with it. Allie Dolphin manages to beat almost everybody up the floor. Jenny Clark passes off. It looked like St. Ambrose had a bit of numbers there for a moment. Clark, Burmeister, up and good. And Mary Burmeister is showing that she has great mid-range right now. Just a freshman out there. You wouldn't tell that she's a freshman in the conference championship game right now.
And St. Ambrose in the lead. About time they finally got some shots to fall, and just like that, they have a 1-point lead with about just over 30 seconds to go in the half.
First lead of the game for St. Ambrose. Down underneath, Brittany Oakland, blocked by Burmeister.
Might have gotten away with a little contact there, but in a game like this, you got to let those go.
Up ahead, Allie Dolphin, she drops it in, and St. Ambrose lead increases to 3. Back on the Iowa Wesleyan side, 15 seconds left on the clock. Now Epps. She looked to lose the basketball, and a bit of a hand check is gonna go for a foul against Breitbach there.
It's already second on Breitbach, and Widup and Spassky into the game, replacing Breitbach and Burmeister. Two subs come in for Iowa Wesleyan as well.
So just a 1-and-1 here. First shot up and good for Kaylee Epps.
Epps an 84% free throw shooter, third in the conference. So between her and DeVries, they do a nice job of putting it through. And Iowa Wesleyan is a team first in the conference in free throw shooting at 75%.
That's the kind of team you don't want to trail. Kaylee Epps for 3, rims out. Brittany Wilson got the rebound, put up an immediate shot, and she was fouled on that one with just 3 seconds remaining on the game clock. And who's that one going to go against? It's going to go against Amy Fulfs. It would have been tremendously detrimental if that went against Widup down there. Fulfs first. Free throw up and good for Wilson. As Iowa Wesleyan just 1 free throw away from tying this basketball game up with just 3 seconds remaining here in the first half. Second one for Wilson, up and good. And the tremendous free throw shooting for Iowa Wesleyan continues. Long bomb by Jenny Clark will not go. And the crowd chants air ball after Jenny Clark. And really, Jenny Clark is somebody in the second half for St. Ambrose. It's going to need to get going as this game's all tied up.
Yeah, she really is going to. It's tough to tell if the Iowa Wesleyan crowd's kind of getting into her head. She started off with that air ball, and ever since then, whenever she touches it, they scream air ball at her. And you know, it might not be that much as much as maybe it's just her mind frame is a little bit off. With the bad shots that she's had so far, they really haven't gone in for her. And she's an important player for this team. And if SAU is going to come on top, she's going to have to get it going. But it's not just her, it's the rest of the team too. Only 21 points through the half. That's not very St. Ambrose like. It's going to be important for her to get on track. And the St. Ambrose team is going to have to get on track along with her.
Yeah, and right now, St. Ambrose on that last half had to go right into the teeth of the cheering section for the Iowa Wesleyan Tigers. All their fans right on the side of St. Ambrose offensively. In the second half, Ambrose will be going away from them, so look for shooting to improve in the second half and look for them to not be forcing as many things. It looked like they were just trying to get the crowd out of the game really doing a lot of mental mistakes early on in this one, able to crawl their way back.
Yeah, we'll see if that if the change of sides does make a difference, and from there we'll be able to tell if the crowd did make a difference, because if they're shooting better, then that means that the crowd was affecting them. If not, it just means they're having a poor shooting day.
And as you see on your screen, it's going to be a fight to the finish. We're going to take our halftime break, but we'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere.
TV 11, your exclusive station for St. Ambrose University sports.
It may be spring break, but don't relax just yet, as there's a bid for the national tournament on the line here tonight. The Queen Bees at the 15 ranking definitely have to be considered, but they need that automatic bid. It'd be nice to have a lot of reassurance for them.
Yeah, that automatic bid's nice. You know, when they're sitting at 15, it's looking good. Like, even if they didn't win, they would get an at-large bid, but there's only 6 of those. It's not like the NCAA tournament when you have, or in the men's or in the women's, when you have about 30 at-large bids. So it's kind of nice that if they can get that automatic bid, they don't have to worry about it, because if some of the top teams don't win their conference championship, they're sitting exactly where St. Ambrose is sitting.
Coach Ray talking things over with the Iowa Wesleyan fans, telling them they cannot switch sides. And that goes to a boisterous applause from the St. Ambrose section on the opposite side of the floor right now.
I think that's a good call, because I've never been able to see a student section switch sides. Usually it's once you're in your seat, you're in your seat, and you can't switch around to change things.
Coach Ray over there to just tell them what's going on exactly. And Coach Ray, if you've ever seen him, quite the intimidating character.
I'd listen to him. Let's just put it out that way. Yeah, it's going to be nice. I really thought they were going to be able to switch, and it doesn't seem right. I think you should always be at the side with your offense if you're going to be switching sides to get them going. But it seems like they're more interested in screwing St. Ambrose up and getting inside their heads instead of cheering on their own team, which I think is pretty rough if you're a fan of college sports.
Yeah, it definitely is. You don't see people switching sides a lot in many games. And you see Amy Jones there. And really, Duke put up the game extremes for us. The Iowa Wesleyan Tigers have led by as much as 6, and they looked very dominant at that point. St. Ambrose had that little swale there at the end, which had them go up a single point. That's the most they've led in this entire game. Are they going to be able to take a good lead and hold on to it here in the second half?
Well, we'll have to see. When you're looking at the stats, St. Ambrose actually had a better shooting percentage at 32%, but Iowa Wesleyan only at 21%. They made 7 of 8 free throws. St. Ambrose only 2 of 6. And St. Ambrose was 1 of 12 from three-point range, only 8%. And Iowa Wesleyan 2 of 10. So they took 2 less shots from there, made 1 extra. And we just see now St. Ambrose coming out of the locker room. It seems like Coach Nate had a big talk for him. And let's hope it really got his players juiced up and they can come out in this half and put Iowa Wesleyan away and claim that conference tournament championship.
Coach Nate leaving the locker room far after his team already had come on the floor. And really in the second half, it's going to come down to a lot of close play between these two teams. The intensity couldn't be any higher than it is right now. As the inbound goes to Mitchell. You see Coach Ray. And Iowa Wesleyan will start off with the ball here in the second half. Kicking it out. DeVries at the top of the arc. Gives it back off to Mitchell. Mitchell driving inside baseline. She went against Burmeister and had to throw it away. Now they're trying to get Mitchell back in there. Back off to Epps. She gives a good shoulder to Jenny Clark, and they manage to get it down inside. Brooke Newton puts it up and in.
Great pass, driving inside and then finding Newton on the far side of the basket, wide open. When you're that close to the basket, someone has to come from behind you. You're likely to at least be able to get the shot up, if not get fouled.
Allie Dolphin tried her luck with the spin move, kicks it off. Whitney Rumboldt's got a bit of a lane there, drops it off for Widup, up and in, and St. Ambrose answers right back.
Well, that tough shot for Rumboldt. She was kind of at an off angle, and then she would have had to go up with the left hand as well.
DeVries shot off the neck of the basket. It's lost on the floor. It's got to be going St. Ambrose way, and it is.
Went right off the foot, it seems, of Epps. Kind of rolled over there, so yep, went right off her foot. Usually you don't see the ball just rolling on the ground unless it went off the foot. Good call by the referees.
Right there on the end line to make that one. Allie Dolphin holds the ball for a long time, top of the arc. Now it's Rumbold, gets it inside, Jenny Clark, and that one will go down.
That should quiet up the Iowa Wesleyan fans a little bit.
That one just was lucky to bounce home. St. Ambrose takes a 2-point lead, their largest of the game. DeVries, top of the arc, gets it back to Mitchell. Mitchell, long bomb, cross court to Epps. Epps driving inside, she's got the middle of the lane, but that shot won't go, and Widup wrestles it away from Newton.
Great job by the St. Ambrose defense, sealing her to the near side of the basket, not letting her get close, and she kind of had to put up an awkward angle off the backboard.
Down underneath the Allie Dolphin. Dolphin can't get her shot to go, and her streak of poor shooting continues. Now moving the ball around, Brittany Oakland has it way out on the wing. Tries to drive inside, she throws it way over to Epps. Epps drops it off underneath, looking for Newton, gets Whitney Rumbold. Rumbold up ahead of the pack, finds Allie Dolphin. Dolphin tries to go baseline, can't get that shot to go, and they're gonna call a tie-up down there. The possession arrow pointing St. Ambrose way, so they're lucky to hang on to it. An interesting chant from Iowa Wesleyan, and that one goes down. Mary Burmeister continues to lead the Queen Bees in this one. She's got 10 points now. DeVries got away with a bit of a slide there, and there's no call. Mitchell calling for DeVries to come take the ball, and she does. Back to Mitchell. Oakland way outside, not where she wants to be. Throwing it away, she was looking for Kaylee Epps.
Good defense by St. Ambrose, sealing off every way. And they were forced to throw it all the way across, and a little miscommunication there. St. Ambrose has a 4-point lead, and if they keep on doing what they're doing right now, I don't think the Iowa Wesleyan crowd's going to be the one chanting "You got slaughtered" at the end of this one.
Yeah, absolutely. As Adam Parrott over on the St. Ambrose side, getting all the fans on their feet. Really, somebody's got to spark the fans' attention over there. Get off your phone.
Might as well be Parrott. Yeah, what are you doing on a cell phone when you're at a conference tournament championship game? Just that little quick hitter. We've seen St. Ambrose do a lot of the different quick hitters. We've seen from the baseline. We've seen it right in the lane, but it seems to work out quite a bit. And Mary Burmeister is one that goes into a lot because she can make that inside shot, and she can also take that 15-footer from the baseline.
Definitely throwing her name around for the MVP in this one. Jenny Clark throwing it all the way cross court to Rumbold. Now back to Clark. She eyes a three. Will it go down? It does. Jenny Clark nails it.
That's exactly what St. Ambrose needed. 7-point lead. Get the fans on their feet and quiet down the Iowa Wesleyan fans. That is huge.
Dropping it off for Newton. Taken away by Rumbold. St. Ambrose looks in control here in the second half. Up ahead. Picked off by Newton. Newton coming back for Iowa Wesleyan. Drives inside. Loses the ball. What's going to be the call here?
It's going to be a foul, and it's going to be on Rumbold, and a little hold. It looked like she was set for a charge if they came at her, and then she did lower the arm. That's a good call by the referees. Looked like she got most of the ball, but she also got a little bit of the fingers of Newton, but a good call by the referees seeing that. And when you're trying to take a charge, it's best to just kind of stay there, because if you reach out at all, usually it's going to end up being a foul, because it's either going to be a reach or you're going to get part of the arm. And there's usually a player on your team that's better positioned to make a defensive stop.
As he saw Breitbach come to the scoring table looking to check back in. She's going to come in. Widup going to come out here. St. Ambrose up 5.
Backcourt pressure shown.
As Iowa Wesleyan pulls out. Jenny Clark bringing things up for St. Ambrose. Breitbach gets the ball. Back to Clark for 3. No good. DeVries spent a long time on the pine there, but manages to get back up. Mitchell with the ball. Driving near side. Throws a giant elbow at Jenny Clark, and Clark goes down. Gotta call that one, and that's going to be the first against Iowa Wesleyan.
That was a huge elbow throw, and we'll see it right here.
I think that was a bit intentional there. She kind of waited for her.
She
Went
didn't
out of
have
her
the
way.
ball in that arm. It wasn't like she was trying to move with the ball. She just put that in her right arm, just swung her left arm. Usually you don't see anything like that.
That is the third right now on Mitchell. Back top of the arc. Whitney Rumboldt. Oh, can't get that three to go. Allie Dolphin, what a chase down. She's open for three. Will it be good? It is. Allie Dolphin knocks it down.
What
a
a
rare three.
What a play by Dolphin, hustling for the offensive rebound, kicking it off to Clark and right back to her in the corner. Dolphin's not much of a three-pointer there, but hit the biggest one of the season for the Queen Bees, giving them an 8-point lead.
Allie Dolphin chasing down that rebound and then getting all set out on the corner. You see Whitney's three just won't go down off the back of the basket. Looks like DeVries has it for sure. Dolphin just comes in, steals it away. Back off to Clark for a moment. DeVries goes over to her, knocking down the shot from the corner. Allie Dolphin, not known for her three-point shooting, hasn't taken very many in the back half of this season. Hits a giant one there.
Well, he comes in about 35%. So not a great percentage, but definitely capable of making the three-pointer. But that was absolutely huge, just that pass off. And that's really how you beat a zone defense, is when they're playing a 2-3, three underneath. And SAU has some big enough players that they need all three underneath, and the two had to kind of move to the outside, and you put one in the corner, one up top, and they have to move between them. And SAU did a nice job of making the one player move back to Clark, and then Dolphin was left wide open for the three.
Caught the attention of the crowd here at St. Ambrose. Lee Lohman Arena was rocking for the moment. Right now, Iowa Wesleyan looks to respond here. Down the most they've been in the entire game. Over to Jenny Mitchell. Jenny Mitchell is blocked by Allie Dolphin, and Allie Dolphin asserting her presence on the court.
What a great block, just getting up both hands, not letting that shot go up at all.
Breitbach dropped it off for Saboski, and Saboski unable to handle that ball in the low post. Mitchell had a little trouble there in the backcourt, but manages to get the ball back. DeVries looks to have everybody looking at her, and Jenny Clark is able to poke that one away from Mitchell on the sideline. Out of bounds off Jenny. It'll stay in Iowa Wesleyan control. Right now, St. Ambrose up 8. Just under 15 minutes remaining here in the game. Mitchell gets it off to DeVries. Jenny Clark all over her. Rachel Mitchell over to the corner. Driving inside is Epps, and that was blocked by Saboski. Brittany Oakland doing a tremendous job to get that one back. She hits DeVries in the hands, and it'll go off of Allie DeVries out of bounds. St. Ambrose ball.
Good pressure by St. Ambrose. The shot clock was ticking down, and actually right when the ball went out of bounds, the shot clock went off too. So it would have been tough to put a shot up before it. So St. Ambrose doing a nice job sealing off everything underneath, sealing out good shots outside. This is one of the best I've seen their defense all season.
Mary Burmeister back in the game for the Queen Bees. Allie Dolphin drops it off. Burmeister can't hit. Back on the Iowa Wesleyan side. Coming quickly is Epps with the ball. She gets it back to Mitchell. Mitchell looked to go inside. She drops it for Oakland, and a great leave gets Brittany Oakland 2 points.
Nice job by Casey Breitbach as well, just realizing that Oakland had position, not fouling her and giving her the shot for the three-point play.
Now Breitbach with the ball. She gets it off to Allie Dolphin. Now Whitney Rumboldt. She has an open lane. Tries to drop it off for Allie Dolphin. And it looks like she just threw it away there.
Pass was just trying to be a little too fancy, trying to curl it underneath with the left hand. Sometimes instead trying to be a little bit too fancy and getting an easy shot, you just need to kick it back out and don't risk the turnover.
Right now, Ambrose coming in with a bit more size as Widdop comes back in the game. Breitbach ends up sitting down. Back at the top of the key, Rachel Mitchell looking for Epps, and she finds her. Mitchell gets the ball right back. Back out to Epps on the corner. She stops her dribble. Dolphin was all over her. Down on the other end, it's DeVries, and she forces up a shot right up against Allie Dolphin. We'll see who this one goes against, and it will go against Mary Burmeister there. That's her third in this one. So Burmeister leading the team in scoring right now, has 3 fouls, and that's got to be concern coming down the stretch here for St. Ambrose.
Burmeister just got over there a little bit late. She realized she had to slide over there and just ended up hitting the arm of DeVries.
DeVries manages to get her shot to rattle home. And so St. Ambrose just up 5. DeVries looks to cut into that, and she does. St. Ambrose up 33-29. Just about 13 and a half remaining in this one. Allie Dolphin gets at the top of the key. Rumble back to Clark. Clark to Rumble. Now Dolphin. Allie Dolphin. Drop underneath. Widup up and in.
What a pass, and you gotta like the positioning of Widup. She had her players sealed out behind her, and all you gotta do is drop that where only she can get it. It's an easy 2 points for the Queen Bees.
Rachel Mitchell looking for something right now. Oakland got it for a moment there. Now it's underneath the Brooke Newton. She kicks it back outside. Epps shot up, no good. Brittany Oakland offensive rebound down underneath, forces it through.
Nice little nice little shot there. A little spin move underneath, created some space. She was able to find the little opening to drop that shot in.
Jenny kicks it out. Widup. Shot won't go. Allie Dolphin, what an amazing offensive rebound, up and in. And Coach Nate needs a timeout. He's going to make it a full timeout too. Right now, what does he really have to complain about right now? Ambrose is really doing a great job out there. They've gone a little quiet as of late, but really the second half has belonged to the Queen Bees.
Yeah, it really has. They definitely have the momentum, and that's the biggest thing. In a game like this, and a point like this, when you're below 13 minutes left to go, it's important to kind of have that momentum and not let anything really affect you too much. But for St. Ambrose, it's probably not so much what they need to do as much as what they aren't doing. And they just need to kind of get in there, get some defensive rebounds, and not allow Iowa Wesleyan to get some second shot opportunities. And that's like that last play. Oakland was able to get inside, get the rebound, and then kind of make a good spin move. So St. Ambrose needs to be able to seal out, and whether it be a short rebound or a long rebound, they need to be able to grab that and not give any second shot opportunities.
As you see, Jenny Clark driving inside, kicking outside, and Darrow Widup right there to knock down that baseline, or more like Allie Dolphin with the rebound that would go back up and in.
Some of the Iowa Wesleyan fans want to foul on that, but that was just a great play by Dolphin, just getting in there and going aggressively with the body and her arms, just being able to get that basketball. A lot of players probably would have shied away from that thinking they would get the foul, but she just has an uncanny ability to get inside and find the best way to be able to get the ball without fouling.
You're absolutely right, and you can read the intensity on Allie Dolphin's face out there right now. Ball taken away, Jenny Clark, nobody's gonna catch her. Dropping it in.
That's the thing that Jenny Clark brings to the court. She knows, she has such a great basketball IQ. She knows when passes are going to be made, where they're going to go to, and she does a great job of stepping into the lane that time.
Brittany Oakland gets the shot to fall, but a travel on the floor.
It's a good call there. She spun, and she picked up her pivot foot. You're able to take a step, but you can't just kind of spin around, pick up your pivot foot.
Whitney Rumble manages to get some distance between herself and Mitchell. Now it's Jenny Clark with the ball. She finds Rumbold outside. Rumbold to Dolphin. Allie Dolphin, pro hop, can't get the shot to go. She's going to the free throw line.
Great move there, just going inside. St. Ambrose probably had a few looks at three-point range, but it's a good job by then with an 8-point lead. You really don't want to force anything. And when you're up by 8, you know, drive inside, try and get a high percentage shot. That's the best thing you can do. And unfortunately, she can't make that one, because with these 2 free throws, she would have had a chance to increase the St. Ambrose lead up to double digits.
Really would have been nice. We'll see how the second one goes down, but right now neither team in any kind of foul trouble. Each team with just 2 team fouls. Second one does go down, and St. Ambrose leads by 9.
Largest of the game.
DeVries, Rachel Mitchell. Mitchell back to Allie DeVries. Down underneath Brittany Oakland, kicking it way outside. Wilson's shot off the top of the backboard. Rebound strong by Widup.
That's just a quick shot there. She really didn't get too much aim into that one, but good defense by St. Ambrose forcing a shot like that.
Whitney Rumble with the 3 goes air ball, and it's going to be rebounded by Brittany Oakland. Rachel Mitchell kick outside. DeVries for 3. She nails the 3.
That's big for Iowa Wesleyan. Gets the momentum swinging their way. That's exactly what they need. Now just down by 6. Just a 2-possession game right now with still plenty of time to go at 10:44.
Really, first shot that DeVries has gotten off here in the second half. She's been to the free throw line a few times, but hasn't gotten many shots from the floor. And they're going to call an offensive foul down underneath, and this looks to go against
Allie Dolphin.
Allie Dolphin. I thought that's who they were going to call against, but
that was an interesting way of putting up 2-2. He did an index finger and a thumb on each hand. Usually you see index and middle finger, but
yeah, right.
I guess they all count the same.
Rachel Mitchell taking her time, slowing down the pace here for Iowa Wesleyan. Shot for 3, it's up and good, and just like that, Iowa Wesleyan's electric from beyond the arc.
SAU needs to
call in the game for St. Ambrose. Can she get hot out there?
SAU needs to calm things down.
Whittup with a great rebound. Off to Jenny Clark. She tries to take a 3, won't go. And it looked to be Whittup coming up with another one. And she does. So this foul is going to go against Iowa Wesleyan.
I think it's going to be on Brooke Newton, 33. Yes, it is.
So that's her third. And she's in a bit of foul trouble. As you see, Kylie Saboski coming back in this game.
Great job by Whittup, though, diving to the floor.
Saboski for that quick hitter loses the ball. Now it's Rumble for 3. It's up and good.
That's
Whitney
what SAU
Rumble
needed. Quick response to the 3s by Iowa Wesleyan. Get the momentum back to the way of the Queen Bees. Under 10 minutes to go.
Brooke Newton kicking it off. Jenny Mitchell. Mitchell back to Newton down underneath. Newton can't get that shot to fall. They're going to call that on the floor, or are they going to call that as the shot came on?
They're going to call it the shot. They call on, Callie Saboski. Looked like she went right over the top with one hand, got a piece of the basketball, and it really didn't look like much else, but the ref said she got her in the arm and in the head.
Brooke Newton, a 66% free throw shooter. Doesn't look like it there. She drops in that one.
66%, that's pretty good though.
Coming back, she gets the second one as well. St. Ambrose leads only by 4. Jenny Clark gets it off to Allie Dolphin. Dolphin waiting for Saboski to set a few things up in front of her. Now Rumbold has a lane. She kicks it off to Clark. Now Dolphin attacking inside, looked to be tied up for a moment, loses the basketball down underneath, and it's DeVries who comes away with it. Now racing ahead of the pack, Rachel Mitchell. She puts the layup up and in. And just like that, St. Ambrose lead goes from almost being double digits to just being 2 points.
St. Ambrose needs someone to step into the lane and put a hard foul on him there. They gave her that lane to the basket, and everyone was kind of right in the middle.
Under 9 minutes now, Allie Dolphin gets it. Shot won't go. It's rebounded by Brooke Newton. Coming back quickly, Jenny Mitchell kicking it back. Now it's Rachel Mitchell. Off to DeVries. DeVries goes inside, back to Rachel Mitchell. She's going to slow things down, call out as play. Jenny Mitchell, back to Rachel. Rachel Mitchell driving inside. Allie Dolphin tipped it away, but manages to get in the hands of DeVries. Oh, the crazy shot goes up and in. Allie DeVries, can you believe that one?
Great.
And it's gonna be a charge.
That was a great job by Daryl Whittup. Just stepped in lane. You'll see the replay here. DeVries went in. Whittup was standing right there waiting for it. A great call by the referees and a great job by Daryl Whittup, just sacrificing her body. And now Steve Williamson is teed up.
Allie DeVries picks up her third foul. Jenny Clark's gonna go to the line for 2 free throws. And those are courtesy of Coach Steve Williamson.
Maybe we should show that replay to some of the Iowa Wesleyan fans. They seem pretty upset about it. but it was definitely a charge. Widup had her feet set, had definitely secured that position as DeVries drove inside.
There was nothing there on the baseline as Jenny misses the first one.
That was a bad miss too.
Second one up and good. So St. Ambrose lead is now 3. Just about 8 minutes left here in the game. Widup got to get a seat on the bench. Breitbach in. Breitbach's hit a 3 in this one, so watch out for her from beyond the arc. Rumble being pressured by Mitchell. Now Dolphin to Clark, back to Rumble. Rumble to Allie Dolphin. Dolphin has the middle of the lane, shot up and good.
Great job by Dolphin. She was thinking about passing it off, but she realized she had enough room and was close enough to the basket where a quick shot put it through.
DeVries for 3, that won't go. Rebound Saboski, and it looks like there's gonna be a foul. That's gonna go against Brittany Oakland. Much to her displeasure, she's right up in the face of our referee there.
Good call there. She went right up over the top. See the replay here. It was a little long shot, came back towards the near side, went straight up over Kelly Saboski. Good call there.
Right now, Whitney Rumble having that same pressure from Mitchell. Dolphin drive inside, about the same shot. Can't get this one to fall, and Rachel Mitchell comes away with it. Mitchell really pushing. She pulls up. Jay will go, and she's headed to the free throw line.
That was a great move by Mitchell. She realized that if she took it in for the layup, there really wasn't anything there for her. So she just stopped and popped it, and Breitbach got her on the arm.
Just about inside of 15 feet, and she just nailed that shot. Free throw manages to roll home, and St. Ambrose is only up by 2 here in the late stages of this one. 7:15 on the clock. Right now, Whitney Rumble driving inside, has to come back out. Now Dolphin's gonna give it a try. She kicks it out to Breitbach. Back to Rumble. Rumble to Dolphin. Allie Dolphin driving inside. She got Brittany Oakland beat, and then she made it right in over Jenny Mitchell.
Great drive across the lane with the left hand and the left-handed layup. It's amazing how good she is with both hands. Usually you see at least a little downfall from one hand to the other, but not with Allie Dolphin.
DeVries out on the edge, kicks it back. Mitchell trying to get it down underneath the Oakland. That's going to be swatted away by Breitbach.
Good job by Breitbach getting into the passing lane, realizing that Oakland was behind her and that they might try and beat her. Just put her hand in the air, tipped it out of bounds. That'll force Iowa Wesleyan to have to reset.
Mary Burmeister back in the game for St. Ambrose. It looks to be a bit of an over the back there by Allie Dolphin, and they're going to call that one down underneath. Brooke Newton will go to the free throw line.
Has the second on Dolphin, so deuces are wild. 22 has 2.
6 fouls for each team as Newton knocks down that first one.
Dolphin really had no other choice on that one. Newton just kind of drove inside. No one was standing in front of her. They hit her with the pass, and it would have been easy too had they let it go.
Kaylee Epps then immediately gets the offensive board and goes up against Mary Burmeister. Burmeister is charged with the foul. Right now, Ambrose only leading by 3. That's got to be the 3rd or 4th.
It's actually on Breitbach, and that's her 4th. So SAU players in foul trouble. Dolphin with 2, Burmeister with 3, Breitbach with 4, and Widup with 2.
Widup comes back into the game as both free throws do go, and St. Ambrose is down up by 2. 48-46, just about 6 minutes here left in this one. Rumble setting things up in front of her. Gets it off to Clark. Clark leaves it down underneath. Allie Dolphin, shot up and good.
This is the time of the game when we see Allie Dolphin really take over. We've seen a few games this year when she really stepped up her play, made huge shots, and kept St. Ambrose in the game or made some huge comebacks.
Mitchell was eyeing a three. Instead, they get it down low, and Brittany Oakland puts it up and in. And right now, Coach Steve Williamson needs a full timeout. Under 6 minutes remaining, just a one-possession game. St. Ambrose leads 50-48. And right now, it looked like the entire second half was going to be long to St. Ambrose, Steve. Iowa Wesleyan coming back. We've seen DeVries get into it. We've seen Brittany Oakland get into it. Is Ambrose going to be able to slow down the play of these two teams in the later stages of this one?
Well, it's just going to have to see which team can outscore the other. Right now, St. Ambrose doing a nice job on their offensive side, and you got to give credit to Iowa Wesleyan. St. Ambrose is doing everything they can on the defensive side, but with that last play, it was just a great job of recognizing height differences by Mitchell. She just threw it over the top of Breitbach into Oakland, and Breitbach's 5'8", pretty good size, but Oakland is 6'1", so 5 extra inches, and that can be huge when you're throwing a little over-the-top pass like that. It usually works to perfection. It did then.
MCC Sister Joan and some of the Iowa, or more like the St. Ambrose fans, really getting into this one.
Take a look at the play by Dolphin. It's a nice pass in there by Clark, finding Dolphin going up with that left hand once again.
Just able to beat Jenny Mitchell through the lane as St. Ambrose set a nice pick to get Mitchell off a Dolphin. As Whitney Rumbold brings it up against Rachel Mitchell. And now Jenny Clark has the ball. Clark to Widup. Widup back out to Clark. Back to Jenny. Looking to go somewhere. Out on the wing, there's Allie Dolphin. Over to Rumbold, and some pacing problems for St. Ambrose right now. Under 5 on the shot clock. A long three from Rumbold, and that is off the mark. Great defense from Iowa Wesleyan on that possession.
Shot clock was ticking down. SAU was lucky to be able to even get a shot up.
Newton back outside. DeVries for three. That won't go, but DeVries falls to the floor, and they're going to call a foul on Jenny Clark out on the wing.
Couldn't really get a good look at that. The Iowa Wesleyan bench stood up. Couldn't really see if it was a good foul or if it was a flop, but the referee saw it as a good foul, and that is the first foul on Jenny Clark. And if DeVries puts all these through, Iowa Wesleyan will be up by 1.
Really a game-changing foul right there, and first shot is up and good.
Mary Burmeister set to check back into the game.
Second free throw is good, and who's Burmeister coming in for? It's going to be Breitbach.
It's good call by Coach Nate. Breitbach with 4 fouls. You want to make sure you have her at the end of the game in case you desperately need a three-pointer. She's one of your best three-point shooters on the team. You want to save her in case you really need her.
DeVries didn't know about that last free throw. She kind of jumped in anticipation, but it goes home, and the Iowa Wesleyan Tigers are up by 1. Just 5 minutes remaining here in the basketball game. Allie Dolphin gets the ball right back. Over Whitney Rumbold for three. Up and good! Whitney Rumbold for the far side wing.
Josh Binder getting up in the SAU student section, kind of mocking the Iowa Wesleyan fans. He yelled out, "Ole, ole, ole."
DeVries with the ball. She's really been hot here in the second half. Shot up and it rolls in. Game all tied, 53 right now.
Huge shot there, just a little floater over the top, got the roll. It's a good shot there when you're going against a player that's kind of your same size. You get it over the top. You don't have to worry about the person in front of you blocking it, and if there's a taller player behind her, she doesn't have to worry about that player getting up and blocking it either.
Allie Dolphin, top of the key, gets it off. Now it's Mary Burmeister way outside of where she wants to be. 6 seconds on the shot clock right now. Allie Dolphin driving inside, drops it in right off the backboard.
That little spin move has been amazing for this year, and switching hands, great shot there, and St. Ambrose back up by 2.
The spin move is dangerous because she can go either way. Can't bite on one side or the other. Great save by Rachel Mitchell on that one. Epps looked over at 3, down underneath the Newton. Newton tries to pass it off to Brittany Oakland, a desperate attempt to try and save it by Rumbold, and Rumbold can't get to that one.
7 seconds left on the shot clock. Maybe the St. Ambrose fans will try and Iowa Wesleyan thing and start ticking down the clock.
A little prematurely, as the Iowa Wesleyan fans have been doing in this one.
St. Ambrose doing a nice job, though. Getting into the passing lanes is something they're amazing at. They just have great spacing in that zone defense, and they really make it hard to make long passes.
Trying to get it down underneath to Brooke Newton. That looks to go against Jenny Clark. And Ambrose is in the bonus right now.
Currently 9 fouls for St. Ambrose and 6 for Iowa Wesleyan, so any fouls from here on out, any defensive fouls will result in free throws.
Kaylee Epps coming out of the game. Jenny Mitchell coming in.
Saw the spirit fingers there for Iowa Wesleyan as the first one drops through.
Right now, St. Ambrose leading 55-54. Game looks to almost be tied up here if this one goes down, and it does not. Widup with a great defensive rebound.
Great job by Widup. She came from the far side of the blocks, got over to the near side. Did a nice job of cutting off that ball, not letting any of the Iowa Wesleyan players get in there and take it away from her.
Clark looked to get that pass to Dolphin. Now she does. Dolphin shot up, just wouldn't go down, but it'll send her to the free throw line right now.
Fouls on Brooke Newton. That is her 4th. So a little foul trouble there.
Down underneath. Brooke Newton dangerously close to fouling out of this game. Shot up and good from Dolphin.
Holly Dolphin did a nice job of realizing that Newton was right over her shoulder. And she knew that if she kind of faked it a little bit, didn't put it up quickly, Newton would react and try and get that block shot. And so she just kind of waited for a second, and now she has 2 free throws.
Knocking it down, and St. Ambrose leads by 3. Free throws haven't been as much of a trouble for St. Ambrose as they were in the first half. Mitchell looking for somewhere to go. She tries to get it to Newton. Newton ends up with it. Kick out. DeVries, 3, drops in. Game all tied, 57 with 3 minutes remaining.
I think this is going to be one of those games when it comes down to a final shot and which team can execute. We'll see if St. Ambrose can get back on top right here.
Widup looking for somebody with that basketball. Finds Burmeister, but Burmeister can't get that shot off. Blocked by Brittany Oakland down underneath.
Burmeister did make a nice decision, not trying to reach for that ball. It was going out of bounds, and no one from Iowa Wesleyan was going to get it, so she just calmly let it go out of bounds, and SAU will reset.
Right back in the game. She gets the ball. Now it's off to Jenny Clark. Clark underneath. Widup one-on-one with Oakland. That shot won't go. Rebound, Jenny Mitchell. Rachel Mitchell gets the pass. Kicking it off. DeVries out on the wing. Back to Jenny Mitchell. Mitchell back to DeVries, and DeVries looks to reset everything in front of her. Jenny Mitchell back to DeVries. Rachel Mitchell now in the corner. Throws it all the way across court. Shot. Jenny Mitchell can't get that 3 to fall, but it's rebounded down underneath by Oakland. Oakland looked to kick it out, and that's going to go out of bounds. She was looking to get it to Jenny Mitchell, but Mitchell wasn't even close to that pass.
Good pressure defense by St. Ambrose. They double teamed her underneath, didn't let her get a shot on, or didn't let her pass it off on the baseline, didn't let her get a pass off behind her to the top of the key. Only ever one place to put it, and there was good defense there as well.
2 minutes remaining. The ball is loose. Allie Dolphin comes up with it. Game all tied at 57. Allie Dolphin driving underneath, kick out, 3. Breitbach can't get it to go. Widup comes up with a rebound. Allie Dolphin kick out. Jenny Clark down underneath. Widup up, and that shot won't go. Brittany Oakland with a defensive rebound. As everyone held their collective breath there, Rachel Mitchell up to DeVries. DeVries for 3, and it's a rare miss for her. And that foul is going to go against Iowa Wesleyan. DeVries put her hands in the air, but this one is not going to go against her. It's going to go against Brooke Newton, and she has fouled out of the basketball game.
We'll see the replay right here. It was a good shot by DeVries. Shot that she has hit many times in this game. And Newton kind of came from behind. It almost looks like maybe it was more on Kaylee Epps than Newton. Epps kind of came in from the side and pulled down the arm of Breitbach, but they call it on Newton, and her night is over.
And Brooke Newton is a senior, so this could possibly be one of her last games. A minute 30 remaining here in this one. 57-57. Right now, Breitbach at the line makes the first half of the 1-1, and St. Ambrose takes a 1-point lead.
Referees are talking something over with the scorers table. Just making sure, I don't know, it almost seemed like maybe they were making sure it was an 1-1, but it is.
Second shot won't go. St. Ambrose has only a 1-point lead. Less than a minute 30 remaining here in this one. DeVries pulls it back out. Looking to make some kind of play, gets it off to Mitchell. Brittany Oakland way outside. Back to Oakland, she drives, kicks out. Great steal by Whitney Rumble, and that foul looks to go against DeVries. That's gotta be her fourth.
That looks to be her third or fourth, and it is her fourth. I missed one on her. But yeah, great call there. Whitney was trying to grab the ball, and DeVries went right in and grabbed the arm of Rumble. Good realization there by the referees, was seeing that she was reaching in a little bit out of control.
So Whitney Rumble heads to the line. Just a 64% free throw shooter. She knocks home the first one. And St. Ambrose brings in Dara Widdop and Mary Burmeister, supplanting Casey Breitbach.
Breitbach and, let's see, was Saboski in the game?
I believe she was.
So all the starters back on the court for the Queen Bees.
The second half of the shot won't go down. Widdop was in the area. She can't tie up Jenny Mitchell, and St. Ambrose is up by 2. Just about a minute remaining here in this one. Rachel Mitchell pushes the ball up the floor. Mary Burmeister comes away with the defensive rebound, and Rachel Mitchell with an immediate foul. And that is gonna send St. Ambrose to the free throw line. Up to under a minute remaining in this one.
That foul on Mitchell, her fourth. That was a great job by SAU, letting her go into the lane, but making her have a lot of pressure, and that layup inside in the lane going straight towards the basket is a tough shot to make. If you try and let it go right through the hoop, oftentimes it'll be short, and if you put it up too strong, oftentimes it'll either hit off the glass and too strong and bounce back just like that one did, or it'll hit the back of the rim and come straight back out.
Whitney Rumble.
This shot would be huge.
It rims out, and St. Ambrose still remains up by 2. Iowa Wesleyan's Rachel Mitchell trapped by Jenny Clark. Clark pokes it away, Mitchell comes up with it. Ball back in Mitchell's hands, over to DeVries. Jenny Clark right up in her face. She has to give it up to Mitchell. Looking for Brittany Oakland down low, comes off her hand, and St. Ambrose will control.
Great job by the Queen Bees, having good pressure defense on the outside. When they tried to get it inside, they had to throw it over a defender, and it just went a little bit too high for Oakland.
Widdop to sit down for a moment. Breitbach in the game. They managed to get that ball just in past DeVries. Now Breitbach, they're trapped on the defensive end, and there's finally a foul. That's gonna go against DeVries on Jenny Clark.
And that is her 5th, so that is huge for St. Ambrose, because at least if they make one of these, and it's gonna need to be a 3-pointer for Iowa Wesleyan, and having their best 3-point shooter out, not just on Iowa Wesleyan, but in the conference, that is huge for the Queen Bees.
A conference player of the week and one of the main threats for this Iowa Wesleyan team now on the bench. Jenny Clark at the free throw line. First one up and good, and St. Ambrose is up by 3. Dara Widdop comes in the game for the Queen Bees, replacing Breitbach.
SAU's gonna let Iowa Wesleyan have this rebound if it comes off, but she makes it.
Ambrose up by 4, less than 30 seconds remaining. Rachel Mitchell bringing it back. She can hit the 3. It's blocked by Allie Dolphin. Mary Burmeister ends up with it in her hands, and she's headed to the free throw line. St. Ambrose looks to have secured this game up 2 possessions.
Coach Steve Williamson yelling at the refs that this should have been a foul, and the referee said it wasn't a foul, and he was correct there as Dolphin had 2 arms straight up, got all ball there, and nice one there.
Burmeister at the line, and that first one knocks off the back of the rim. A big free throw here now. St. Ambrose at 4, needs to get to 5, and that one won't go as well. Rachel Mitchell has the ball. She needs to knock down a 3. She gives it off to Jenny Mitchell. Play taking a long time to get off. Wilson knocks down the 3. St. Ambrose only up by 1. 10.6 seconds on the clock. Ball will be in St. Ambrose's hands, and it's important that on the inbound, it goes to its desired destination.
Yeah, it's going to be huge, and you know there's going to be plenty of backcourt pressure. So if they can get a steal, they'd be in position for the win. And if they don't get a steal, they want to have enough pressure to cause a quick foul. But just a great shot by Wilson. St. Ambrose was giving good pressure, not going to let a 3 happen. But Wilson kind of sneaked down the near side of the court, and they found her with a pass, and no one was even close to her when she took that shot.
Really, it looked like St. Ambrose were putting everybody on Rachel Mitchell. We've already seen her hit quite a few 3s in this game. She was big in their comeback in the last game here at Lee Lohman, and she passes the ball off. Everybody forgets about Wilson on the wing, and she knocks down the 3. Really, so who do you want at the free throw line right now, Steve, in terms of a queen bee? If you're going to get the ball into somebody and they have to make both free throws to give you that 3-point advantage, who do you want at the line?
I think just naturally go with the best percentage, and that is Jenny Clark. She's at 80%. She's right up there in the top of the conference rankings in free throw percentage. But with who they have to inbound it to, Breitbach and Dolphin, they aren't bad choices either.
Right now, St. Ambrose fans on their feet. They do get it into Clark, and she is fouled. 9.3 on the clock right now, and Rachel Mitchell gets her 5th foul. She's going to get a seat on the bench as well.
That's important for the SAU as well. Get 2 of the best shooters and best players for Iowa Wesleyan out of the game. Now Mitchell along with DeVries. So SAU is looking good. They won't be able to go with one of their main threats, and that's always huge.
When you look at the Iowa Wesleyan roster, 3 names stick out to you. It's Brittany Oakland, Allie DeVries, and right now, Rachel, who just had to take a seat on the bench there.
Kaylee Epps, a pretty big name too. She is out on the floor. She's over at about half court on the far side, so look for them to look to her because they're going to need a 3 if Clark sinks this one.
Jenny at the line, knocks down the 2nd free throw. And St. Ambrose up 3, 9.3 seconds remaining here in the game. Iowa Wesleyan desperately needs a 3-pointer to come off of this one. They get the ball in, bring it up the line. Iowa Wesleyan kicks it off, and it's knocked away as they were trying to get it off to Kaylee Epps.
Good defense by SAU. Kelly Garrison brought it up. Did a nice job of not letting her get inside. They have to kick it out. It's going to be something quick. This will be the final play of the game.
Quick hitter has to be for a 3. Brittany Oakland with the ball in her hands. It's partially blocked, and St. Ambrose is headed to the national tournament.
What a job by Darrell Widdop getting up, blocking that shot. You know, Brittany Oakland is not the one they wanted with the ball with the ball in her hands at that point of the game. And Darrell Widdop was right there doing a nice job, not letting the shot go up.
1 3-point attempt is how many Brittany Oakland has made the entire year, and she's only attempted the 1 3-pointer for the entire thing.
Yeah, when you look at it, she had the best percentage of anyone on the team.
1,000%.
Exactly.
Not anymore.
Nope, not anymore. 50%. But that's definitely not the person that that's definitely not the person that Iowa Wesleyan
wanted to have the ball in their hands, but then they've got a trophy to pick up right now. The St. Ambrose Queen Bees are definitely headed over that way.
Regular season and tournament Midwest
Dan Tomlin's giving him off to trophy.
And
Clark
Clark
will
to receive
hoist
it.
that one high. Great honor for the Queen Bees. They went through the entire season, starting everything back in September or October, getting things ready for the season. And now they have a conference tournament title to go along with their conference regular season title, and now an automatic berth in the national tournament. This has been a great season for the Queen Bees. They came in not really knowing what their team would be like. They had many freshmen on their roster, and they started a lot of them. Whitney Rumbold, Allie Dolphin, Mary Burmeister. They were the three that started, but then also playing big part for the team, Megan Smith and a few other players, Megan Cash and Jen Lichtig. They got in there as well, doing a nice job with this young team, and a team with 0 seniors. They gotta like what St. Ambrose has to offer in the years to come, and Casey Breitbach's gonna be the first one going up and cutting off a piece of the net as the Queen Bees celebrate here. She's gonna cut off one piece for herself, and I'm sure she'll treasure that one. A great memento for the Queen Bees. A lot of these players have never played in, actually all of them have never played in a conference tournament game, championship game in college, but now they have, and they came away with the win. Gonna try and get some interviews on the floor, but the ladies are so pumped up. We'll see if they want to get out and talk. It might just be a whirlwind of emotions right now. But a great season for the Queen Bees. They started the season with a big win against Trinity International. Followed that up with a loss to Morningside. So they were sitting at 1-1, and then they really got going as they ended up with 11 straight wins. A great thing for St. Ambrose, and then they were on their way, finishing up at 27-5, and now we're going to send it over to Chris Steele, who's standing by with Casey Breitbach.
Thanks, Steve. I'm here with Casey Breitbach. You hit a big 3 in the second half. It was really a part of the momentum swing for your team. What did it feel like out there?
We just worked really hard. I think defense was the big thing that we had, and what we like to do, and I think what the fans like, is every shot we build on it and every steal we build on it. So it was an overall team thing, and we just came in at the end. So.
Have you gotten to go up and cut off your piece of the net yet?
Yeah, it was the first one. I've never done that before, so even in high school, so this is pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. You got the national tournament coming up. You've secured your spot in that. What do you think about the national tournament?
I think that last year we kind of hit it was a little bump in the road, but this year I think we got a lot of enthusiasm going into it because we earned our way there and didn't get a bid in, so we're pretty pumped about that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the interview.
All right, so Casey Breitbach definitely pumped up about it, and like she mentioned, St. Ambrose really earning their way in this time. Last year they earned their way in, but it wasn't so much with the conference tournament. They just had a great overall regular season, and were able to get a at-large bid. You see Megan Cash up there trying to cut off her piece of the net, and now Chris has Whitney Rumbold.
All right, Whitney Rumbold's here with me, and Whitney, you've been in control of this Queen Bees attack all year long. You've been tremendous at the point guard position. Really, what's it feel like to come this far and have won the conference tournament as well as the season itself?
It's awesome. We've worked hard all year. The season was rough. We had our ups and downs, but tonight we came out there and just executed all our plays and just played really, really hard and had a good work ethic tonight, and we deserve it. So.
It seems like through most of the games, you're the mainstay of the offense. You set everything up, but you don't get all the points. Do you feel like you don't get all of the credit you deserve?
Oh, no, these girls really deserve the credit that they put in, but, that's my role, and I've accepted it, and we're going to nationals, so there's no better feeling than that. So.
Absolutely. Nationals is the place, and you got your piece of the net right there. What was it like to cut that down?
Oh, it's awesome. As a freshman, what else is better than that, so.
Did you expect the kind of season that you had here at St. Ambrose coming in just a freshman?
Oh, no, not at all. But once we got rolling there at the very beginning of the season, we were really cruising there. So it's awesome. So.
Absolutely, and thank you very much, Whitney. It was great.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, Whitney Rummel talked about how great it was to cut down the net, and she didn't expect this in her freshman season at St. Ambrose. I can't blame her. Coming in, you got to think
Hey, Mary,
that this team was going to be pretty solid, but definitely not the way that they have been this season. Now Chris is standing by with Mary Burmeister.
All right, thank you, Steve. I'm here with Mary Burmeister, and Mary, you have to be the MVP of this game, as we call it on the sideline there. What do you attribute your great success in this game to?
I just played my heart out for my team. We wanted to win this, and Jenny had a lot of pressure on her, so we all had to step up and make shots.
It seemed like this was a very team-oriented game. You see Allie Dolphin or Jenny Clark really score a lot of points, but this one was well dispersed. Really, you've been a steady person for this team. You've cracked the starting lineup in the back half. What's it feel like to be here just a freshman?
It's awesome. I wasn't expecting any of this. It's amazing. It's exciting. I like it.
You've got nationals coming up here. What do you think it's going to feel like to be on that national stage?
It's gonna be an experience.
Well, what was it like to cut down your piece of the net?
It was an experience as well. I've never got to experience anything like this.
Well, definitely an experience for everyone, a new one for sure. Just a freshman. Mary Burmeister, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Mary Burmeister, it's definitely an experience, and this team, you know, it's an exciting thing for them. A lot of the players underclassmen, especially the main ones. This team only has a few juniors on the roster, 5 total. Amy Folfs, Callie Saboski, Casey Breitbach, and then Dara and Drew Whittup. Everyone else on the team is an underclassman, just a freshman or a sophomore, and Chris is out trying to track some players down. He's got a big one for the Queen Bees, and that is Allie Dolphin.
All right, thanks, Steve. I'm here with Allie Dolphin, and Allie, you had a tremendous game in the second half. You've been great for this team all year long. You're 2-time Conference Player of the Year. Do you think you deserve to get that Conference Player of the Year? You've been Conference Player of the Week twice this year.
Oh, thank you. I just try to work real hard, but I think our whole team should be the conference team. But I don't know, we all worked really hard as a team, and Coach pushes us, and it's led to our success.
Did you ever expect to have the season that you're having this year coming in just a freshman?
Oh, not at all. I just had some high goals, and I was lucky to get them, and we're just glad to be here and glad to be going to nationals.
You hit a rare 3 in this game, something that we haven't seen from you since early on in the year. What was that like?
Oh, it was awesome. Jenny gave me the ball, and I was just praying for it to go in.
You tore that ball away from an Iowa Wesleyan player, and then you just knocked down the 3 as well after Jenny got you the ball right back. It really sparked a comeback for you guys. You really took advantage of that. It was great to see you take advantage in that second half.
Oh, thank you. I think any offensive rebound we get leads to great motivation for our team, and I'm just glad that I could get it and that we could get a lead. Thanks.
All right. Well, that'll do it for Allie Dolphin, and right now I'm going to send things back over to Steve real quick.
Thank you.
No, that's fine.
Allie Dolphin, she probably won't get Conference Player of the Year this year, especially with the season that Jenny Clark had, but Conference Newcomer of the Year, definitely up there in the rankings for that one. As the players are standing around, they're waiting for Coach Nate to finish up with his interviews, and then he'll go over and finish cutting down the nets. Looks like they got a little bit over half of the net down. As you see some crazy pictures that the girls are taking. Megan Smith, Amy Folfs, and Casey Breitbach there in the center of your screen. But an overall great season for the Queen Bees. They deserve everything that they've been given this year. See the picture taken with the trophy in the middle. They had to pry Jenny Clark away from one of her interviews to get into the picture. You got to make sure she's in there. But when you look at what this Queen Bees team has done, they at the beginning of the season, they were not even receiving votes in the national rankings, and they finish it up at 15. There were as high as 14 just a week ago before the season-ending loss to Grandview, but Grandview, a quality team, they weren't going to knock down SAU too far. And Coach Nate, he's climbing the ladder. He's going to cut everything down, and the players are going to cheer along with him. He's gotten to do this a few times before. but his first time at St. Ambrose, and I'm sure he's going to cherish it. He's got to make sure he gets rid of the water first. It's hard to cut down a net when you only have one hand doing it. And there it goes. The whole net's down. He throws it into the team. An exciting feeling for these girls as well as Coach Nate. Gotta love what you've seen from St. Ambrose. An amazing season for the Queen Bees, as I mentioned. Lots of underclassmen, not too many experienced players, but they all came in. They gelled like a great team should. And now they are going to be on their way to the national tournament, which will be in Sioux City, Iowa, from March 12th to March 18th. Their first round game will be on either Wednesday the 12th or Thursday the 13th. And you can catch that game on KALA. Chris is going to try and go to the national tournament along with them and call those games. And hopefully there's more than just one. Should be an exciting time for Queen Bees and their fans. And Chris now has the head coach of the Queen Bees, Nathan Altenhofen.
Coach Nate, it's your first season here at St. Ambrose. Did you ever expect this kind of success in your first year?
You know, you always expect the most out of your team, and you try to set high expectations. I don't think so. September and October that I realistically thought this was in the realms, but after a hard work of a month of October and after a few obvious major steps forward in November, I think come December I knew we had a chance to be pretty good come postseason.
Iowa Wesleyan topped you at their place in Mount Pleasant. Then they came here. You just were barely able to squeak out a victory here at Lee Loman. Did you expect this game to be the battle that it was here tonight?
Yeah, you know, I'm really impressed with Iowa Wesleyan right now because I think they're playing almost 2 or 3 times better than they were when we faced them the last time here. So this was great for our girls. I think they weren't quite used to this athleticism and pace that Iowa Wesleyan brought to the table. And you have to understand, a few of these Iowa Wesleyan players, they've been here before. They've won us this championship, so they knew what this atmosphere was like. And I thought, take away the first couple minutes, our girls really stepped up and did a great job matching that intensity. And we're really proud. Our girls did a lot of things well in that second half to get this win.
With a team that's as immensely youthful as you have this year, how did you get them to get to this level? I mean, you have 3 players in the top 5 in steals in the conference.
Well, you know, they fit this system well, and they bought into this system. And there's 2 things. You got to get players that fit into what you're trying to do, and then not only that, but also buy into what you're trying to do. And, you know, once you get a group that's really committed to what you're trying to get across to them and the tempo that we're trying to set, you know, now it's just a matter of are you talented enough to make plays around it, and I'm very fortunate and blessed that we are.
Mary Burmeister was the steady rock that kept you guys afloat in the first half. What can you say about her?
I tell you what, Mary Burmeister's been kind of having a very quiet but very successful season for us because she's been in the middle of that zone that allows everyone to cut loose, and now people started to see what she's also been able to add to us offensively. She moves without the ball so tremendously, and when she does that and people like Allie and Jenny Clark draw the attention that they do, she's going to find herself some open shots, and she knocked them down tonight.
Well, Coach, it caps off an amazing first season. Thank you so much for the interview.
That's been awesome. Thank you.
There was Coach Altenhofen, a great thing for the Queen Bees. It was an amazing first season for Coach Nate. Comes in off a National Junior College Coach of the Year and a national championship in Odessa, Texas. Comes to St. Ambrose, does a great job this year. He earned his 100th career win, a regular season conference championship, conference tournament title, and now they're going to go on to the national tournament. And Chris, it's going to be interesting to see if they can pull out any victories there. It's been something that's eluded the Queen Bees the last few times they have gone to the national tournament. We'll see if they can change this year.
Well, yeah, it's something that you got to wonder if this team, with all the youth that they have on there, you just run down the list of freshmen earlier after the game had ended, Steve, and you just think about how those players are going to react on being at such a big stage. But they didn't flinch here at all in this conference tournament game tonight. As you see, Jenny Clark, she's been phenomenal all year long for the Queen Bees, and so many other players have stepped up and really a team performance here tonight. No one player taking over.